Welcome to today's deep dive. We're jumping right into a 2026 paper from Management Science by Zhu and Walker, and our mission here is to unpack something they call the AI Democratization Paradox.
Right, yeah. It is a really fascinating concept.
Because, I mean, we always hear AI as this ultimate equalizer, like it's handing everyone in the world a free bicycle so nobody ever has to walk again.
Yeah, exactly.
But the question is, does handing out these free bicycles actually level the playing field, or does it just make the already fast riders even faster?
But we can actually test that bicycle theory. We have the data from when Wikipedia integrated Google Translate's advanced neural network across over 100 language communities back in 2019.
Yeah, and the raw output right after that AI integration is just wild. There was this massive 139% surge in translated articles.
Which is a huge jump.
Right, and it generated an estimated 12.3 million new page views over 2 years. The researchers call this explosion expertise unbundling.
So that basically means separating subject matter expertise from language fluency. Like, before 2019, if you wanted to write a Wikipedia article about quantum physics in Bengali, you needed two distinct skills.
You had to be a physics expert and fluent in Bengali.
Exactly. And this AI tool just completely decoupled those requirements.
Wait, I have to push back here, though. I mean, if we're just mass-producing machine-translated text, shouldn't Wikipedia have just turned into a low-quality junkyard?
You would totally assume so, yeah. But dilution rates by community moderators actually dropped.
Wait, they dropped?
They dropped. And when they ran the articles through an algorithmic quality score, things like reference density and formatting actually improved.
Okay, but doesn't that just mean human editors were working, twice as hard behind the scenes to clean up the AI's mess? Because fixing a bad translation is often way harder than just writing it from scratch.
Well, it's actually the opposite. It's because of how the human-in-the-loop workflow functions on a mechanical level. Instead of staring at a blank screen and typing out a translation word by word for 3 hours.
Right, they just click a button.
Exactly. They click a button, get a fully localized draft in seconds. The AI does the heavy linguistic lifting, and the human editor spends maybe 10 minutes fact-checking and smoothing out the prose.
Oh, so the cognitive burden just drops drastically?
Precisely.
So if the cognitive burden drops, quality goes up, and volume surges, why isn't this just a total victory? Like, where exactly is the paradox?
Well, the paradox is in where those massive gains actually landed. The benefits were heavily concentrated among the already advantaged communities.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, well-resourced language communities like French and Spanish, they captured 3 to 4 times more gains than mid-tier languages.
And what about English?
English dominance as an information source just skyrocketed. The percentage of translated articles where English was the original source jumped from 68% to 81%.
Oh, wow. Here is where it gets really interesting to me. It's like a plane dropping 1 million seeds worldwide, but only the gardens with established irrigation systems actually bloom.
That is a great analogy.
Because, the seeds land everywhere, but if they hit dry dirt, nothing happens.
Right, and economists call that irrigation system complementary resources. For Wikipedia, those resources are human editorial capacity, existing reader networks, and a large underlying knowledge base.
So if your language community only have a handful of active editors, it doesn't matter how fast the AI translates.
Exactly. You simply do not have the human infrastructure to review, format, and publish that massive influx of drafts.
But if the systemic structure overwhelmingly favors the big players like that, are individual editors just stuck reproducing the exact same unequal system?
Not entirely, no. Individual editors definitely use the tool to intentionally correct imbalances.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, they purposely leverage the AI to translate female biographies at twice the expected rate.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, compared to the heavily male-skewed pool of existing articles, they essentially weaponize the efficiency to correct historical blind spots.
That is great, but what happens in places that don't even have those base-level resources to begin with? Because I am looking at the data on geographically constrained regions, like sub-Saharan Africa.
And that is where you hit a really hard structural limitation. Those regions saw almost zero absolute gains from the AI integration.
Zero.
That is brutal. Yeah, you can have the best intentions, but if a region lacks both the source material to translate and the local human editorial capacity to actually hit that translate button, the tech just cannot overcome those constraints on its own.
So think about this the next time you search for a quick fact on Wikipedia. If this is how the digital commons is being built, are we just cementing our existing blind spots even faster?
The main takeaway from the data here is that equal access to AI software just isn't enough. It dramatically lowers technical barriers, sure, but it amplifies structural inequality unless it is actively paired with genuine human capacity building.
Right, in those under-resourced areas, which leaves a slightly unsettling thought for you to ponder. We started with the idea of a free bicycle for everyone. But if AI naturally centralizes the origin of information to the biggest players, how long until the beautifully diverse global knowledge you consume is really just a single dominant cultural perspective?
Perfectly translated into every language.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.